Hey there, Sue Taylor here with Keystone Behavioral Health. Welcome back to Straight to the Point about anxiety without all the fluff. So today we're going to talk about beating anxiety at its own game. So let's review our foundational pieces that you'll need to deal with your phobia, because we're going to keep talking about phobias here. So remember, you have a lot of strengths to do the hard stuff in your life. So we can generalize those strengths to your phobia and we can use them to our advantage. Now, did you make a list of them? Write them down somewhere so you can look at them, especially when the going seems to be a little rough, because it's very hard to remember in the heat of a moment. So next, have you picked the one little thing you're willing to do about your phobia? So for example, did you pick a picture you could look at or a video you'd be willing to watch? Or do you actually have the real thing and you could just start by looking at it? So remember, don't get overwhelmed by this. We're just going to take baby steps here. So use that anxiety scale in your head from 0 to 10 and make sure your anxiety level doesn't get past a 5 or a 6. Now, what in the wide world of sports am I talking about when I say how to beat anxiety at its own game? So let's say we personify anxiety for a moment. Make it more like a person so we can view it in a different way, sort of like an opponent in a game. Now, in this game, you've been trying to fight it, which makes it very logical sense when you're trying to make something like anxiety stop, or if you're trying to prevent it from happening. Anxiety knows you very, very well, and it knows exactly how you'll respond every single time. And that response is like being on autoplay, and there's very little chance for the response to be any different. So anxiety has the upper hand, doesn't it? So remember my talk about the difference between being a victim and being an observer? Anxiety does everything it can for you to remain a victim. It encourages you to avoid the thing that causes you anxiety at all costs, which seems logical that you would continue to avoid it because you're trying to prevent it or stop it when it does start. So now to beat anxiety, you need to be more of an observer kind of approach. And when that happens, you actually trick anxiety because it doesn't know how to respond to that. And you literally wear it out that way. So when you feel anxiety, don't let it get between a 5 or a 6 on your anxiety scale and allow it to happen rather than fight it. So remember, avoidance maintains anxiety and anxiety wins. So when you're observing the symptoms, stay right there. And when that happens, it'll slowly go away over time because you're showing anxiety you don't need it. You're safe. It's uncomfortable, but it isn't dangerous. And now you're taking the upper hand with anxiety by staying with it, by inviting it in. And you can ask anxiety, is that all you got? Because to beat anxiety at its own game, it won't know how to respond to your choice in dealing with it. Practice this every time you feel it. Is that all you've got? Bring it. Now, I've got lots of plans for the next few weeks and over the summer. I'm Sue Taylor. Please like and share my page. Send me an email and ask me questions right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.